بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. إخواني وأخواتي في الله، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We continue with the lesson Fiqh Siyam. That's now the fiqh of fasting. I think this will be the fourth lesson, The fourth lesson, Fiqh Siyam. And inshallah, in this lesson, we study together the conditions of fasting. While we begin look at the shurutus siyam. That's now the conditions of fasting. In case they ask, say, ustem the fast or the worship generally, ustem is compulsory. Now ustem the worship, it will be compulsory upon anybody. We all know, say, the worship is not going to be compulsory and it's not going to be correct unless the person fulfill the conditions of worship, then is free from the things that where they prevent them or where they block them from that particular worship day. So now when somebody he don't fulfill the conditions, then he don't free from the things away. They block him from that particular worship. Now that same day in worship go be compulsory, and at that same day it will be correct worship. And fasting, now one of them worship then day. So it means the fast, ustem it will be correct. Now where the person, where they keep the fast, he don't fulfill the conditions, then he don't free from the excuses. That means the fast, somebody in fast not will be correct fast. Somebody, the fast is not will be law upon him until he fulfill a complete certain conditions, then a free from certain excuses. When he fulfill the conditions, then they a free from the excuses, then they now that time the fast will be law for that person day, and at that time that person day in fast will be correct fast. Then conditions there where the person for complete, and the excuses then where the person for free from before the fast go correct or it will be compulsory. Now them now the conditions of fasting. Now then the shurut of the siyam, the conditions of the fasting. Well, the conditions of fasting, the scholars then divide them. Then divide them into three. Number one, now the conditions the way they make the fast, they be law. Number two, now the conditions the way they make the fast is correct. Number three, now the conditions the way gather all two. In one grain, it make let the fast be law, then at the same time, it make let the fast be correct fast. Shurutu wujub, then at the conditions they make let the fast be law. Shurutu sihha, then at the conditions they make let the fast correct. Shurutu wujubi was sihhati ma'an, then at the conditions they say in one, it make let the fast be law, then it make let the fast correct. Don't get huh? Don't get Mashaykh? Huh? Hey, in case somebody asks, whose term the fast in the bill law? The answer is, they told the person don't complete the conditions and he don't free from the alas, the fast don't be law for him. Then conditions they are what they talk about. Then divided into number one, the conditions so they make let the fast be law. Number two, the conditions so they make let the fast correct. Number three, the conditions they will gather all two. If they make Allah be law, then if they make let the fast be correct at the same time. We then say this condition, if they make let the fast be law, it means that the condition that way it be say, if he absent, if he not there, that means the law is not going to pantap the person. But if the person do without that condition there, the fast can be correct. Clear? It's possible the fast for make it be correct fast, but it's not going to be law for the person. For example, the small pikin, if he keep fast 8 years, 9 years, if he keep fast, it's correct? No. The fast not law for her? No. So you don't see her? So it means the fast, it can be correct fast, but it not be law for the person. So when they say this is not a condition where they make let the fast be law, it means if in that condition they absent, that fast day it not going to be law for the person. But even though it not be law for the person, if the person do it correct. So this is not the condition where they make let the fast be law. Law pay attention, because go for exercise. The second one, the conditions the way they make let the fast correct. That's not the conditions the way they say if he absent, then the correctness of the fast is not absent. Any condition where it be say if he not depend the fast, that fast day is not going to be correct fast. This is not the condition they make let the fast correct. We don't get that? Now, when they come to the exercise, how would they exercise? Are they call the condition? Then una they tell me, if in that condition they, now a condition they make let the fast be law, or now a condition they make let the fast correct, or now condition we get all two. Not so? The mosque na big man school, eh? There you are. You learn with respect. No yakbano there, inshallah. Now I call the first one, Al-Islam. The first condition of fasting outing, Al-Islam. Now look at Al-Islam. If a person, not a Muslim, he keep fast, the fast na law for her? No, not a law. The person who is not a Muslim, if he keep fast, he fast correct? The non-Muslim, we fast months can keep. The fast correct? It's not correct. So, the Islam now is kind of condition. Now, a condition where they make let the fast be law? Now, a condition where they make let the fast correct? Now, where they say now a condition they make let the fast be law, what do you mean? That means now until the person be Muslim before the fast be law for her. Not so? If the person not a Muslim, fast not a law for her. Not so? Then a condition they make let the fast is correct. So it means in get all too. So when the person who not a Muslim keep fast, the fast correct? The fast na law? No. If we say the person who not a Muslim, the fast not a law for her, If it fast not to law for her, if you not keep, you get case. Huh? Why? Disobedience, huh? Now go to the second condition. The second condition are al-aql, the senses. The person, he forgets in sense. First of all, when they talk about the sense, who they pull now? They don't pull the Christmas. Then they don't pull that again. The picking up at the sense in the come or up at the maturity they come. Tell you. Yeah, they talk about the Christmas, Then also the ma'tu, where then they say aflaun. You know, say the aflaun, then the scholars then divide into two. We get the one where you be say to the Christmas then ademo inia. We get the one you be say to the one the way well nademo inia in behavior, in talking, in sense. In near the one the way well. So each one, the one the way closer to now the judgment they get. The aflaun way closer to the Christmas there, now Christmas judgment he get. You see, huh? Now the senses, now it's kind of condition. Now a condition they make let the fast a be law. Or now a condition where they make let the fast correct. Okay? It will make let the fast correct, not so? So it means if the person not gets incenses, he keep fast, the fast not correct. Huh? But the person who gets incenses, fast not law for her. All man get sense, now fast be law for. Some man they get sense, but the fast not to law for her. Not so? Like small picking, he get sense. Not so? 9 years, 10 years. You not get sense? He get the fast not law for her. No, not to law for her. So it means the aql na a condition where they make the fast correct. The third one, at-tamyiz. At-tamyiz, this now for the small picking. Let it reach the stage of sanity. That's it. I mean, it reach the stage where he able to differentiate things. It reach the stage, for example, if Papa left in a shop, say this now 50,000 for Salam. Somebody come, how much this? He said 50,000. The man said, okay, I'll give you 30,000. He said, 50,000 last. He said, okay, I'll give you 35. He said, Papa said 50,000 last. Answer? He said, okay, now what would they do? At the 100,000, at they pull 70,000, they'll give you the balance. He said, if you say a fool, now 30,000 in the left. Now 50,000 in Papa said. This one you don't able for. So therefore, this tamyiz. Now a condition they make the fast be law. In other words, if the picking not reach a stage where you're able to differentiate, fast don't be law for her. Like this house don't so, this big shekels don't. This stage where you reach, you able to differentiate or enable differentiate? You able. The fast not law for her. Type. So it means tamyiz, not a condition where they make the fast be law, but now a condition where they make the fast correct. No, so now a condition where they make the fast is correct. If you just keep fast, in fast correct. The next one, al-bulugh, maturity. Al-bulugh, maturity. Now, who's in there? Al-bulugh, now a condition where they make the fast be law. Huh? Now, when the person matured, the fast not law for her. Now, a condition they make the fast correct. If the person not matured, the fast correct. It's correct. If the person is not matured, but he gets insenses, he will differentiate. But he not reach maturity stage yet. In fast correct, it's correct. But if the person not matured yet, the fast not law for her. Not to law until it matured. So it means this time a condition they make let the fast be law, but not a condition they make let the fast correct. The next one are dukhulu shahr, permit the month enter. Now when fast month enter, it will they keep? Or not they keep. So now the condition before ever will they keep the fast for enter. Now this dukhulu shahar. Now how they put them? Na shartu wujub or na shartu sihha? Na a condition to make the fast be law? Now a condition to make the fast correct? No. So if a person keep fast now, will the fast now enter it correct? For Ramadan. If they all too. If the month not enter it, the fast not law for the person. Not so? Huh? I'm shy. If I fast not carry it. And away enter and that time the fast will be correct. Fast. The next one al-iqama. That the person if for dinner in base not for travel. The person way is not travel in dinner in base. Now what kind of condition this? Now, did he make the fast be law? Now we person dinner in base. Now that's the fast will be law for her. If it's travel, the fast not law for her. Now law. The post where they travel, somebody they can't travel. Fasting a law for her. They pay the debt. That moment where they travel, the fast a law for her. Huh? The post where they travel, the moment where they travel, the fast a law for her. Not a law. Huh? Huh? MashaAllah. Yes. Yes. But actually, they allow the person to travel for make it cut fast. Yes. They allow him for make it cut fast. So it means for make what's in base. But it not make a lady. It not mean say now we didn't invest and that's the fast correct. Even if it's travel, you keep the fast, it correct. The only time where it be say if the person travel, he keep it not correct. If it be say the fast, it will be heavy for them, then it will threaten life. Not so. That moment they because of the kind travel where they travel, that kind travel they not go to travel that way they keep fast. This is they mock the life, clear. Then in this case, laysa min al-birri as-sawmu fi safar. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, not to righteousness for make somebody not say this travel or they can't travel so it therefore be heavy for me. If I keep fast there, it go even threaten life. That kind of fast there not to righteousness for keep there. Then the next one, al-qudratu wal-itaqatu wal-istita'a. The person forget the ability for fast, if you're able to keep the fast. This now is kind of condition. Now a condition to make the fast be law or like correct. The person who not able to keep fast, if he keep fast, in fast correct. Somebody gets heavy malaria. He keep fast, in fast correct. He correct or not correct? MashaAllah. Where fresh goal? If the person gets fresh goal, the fast na law for her? Okay, light fresh goal, light one. Yeah, you don't get excuse, eh? The ability for fast. Let's take for example, somebody gets ulcer. Then he decides to keep the fast. In fast correct or not correct? He correct. The fast now law for her or not to law for her? Now law. You don't see, huh? As long as he able. So it means the ability, now a condition they make Leotin. Now all man were able to keep fast, the fast not lawful. Give an example of person where he say he able to keep the fast, but the fast not to lawful. Okay. Would I again? Yes. Would I again? The woman will go the patrol, Now, if the woman go the patrol for the month, he will keep the fast, but what happen? In the situation, if any say, the fast not a law for her. Then the next condition now, al-niyya, the intention. Now a condition for me the fast to be correct. Not so? If the person not get the niyya for the fast not correct. The number 9 condition, al-khulub min al-mawani. Let the person free from the excuses then. That they refer to the woman then, when he free from the patrol for the month, then he free from the patrol during that kumrah business. Putting the put on that 10 day, when it free from him, then the fast it don't be law for him. Let me look at one point here. We say the person for able for keep the fast, We forget the ability for fast. The one that will not get the ability for fast, then divide it into 2, Now, number 1, now the OIB say, the disability where he gets, now temporal one, now for some time no more. Then the OIB say, the disability where he gets, now permanent, always. The ajiz, mu'akkat, and the ajiz, ad-da'im. The one where in own disability now for some time, waiting there upon her, 2 things. Number 1, it cuts the fast. Number 2, it pay the debt. The person will not able for fast. But the able way not able, not to permanent, not to always. Now just something temporal. Something emergency sickness na inka inside. Now that's make enable for keep the fast. Or na patrol na inka inside. Now that's make enable for keep the fast. What's he for do? This person, he cuts the fast. Then, when the Ramadan done, he pay the debt. Now this no money for do. We get other. The one way he be say, the able way he not able for keep fast, he on permanent. The one the way get there, sickness way not they allow for keep fast, Then one then they, in back now 2 things he get, On a 1. One thing. Not so, waiting that. Every day, he feed 1 person. How he feed? First of all, what he feed? The food? Not so. Type. How he feed? If the person decide for cook, he give 1 person every day, correct? Now, if the person he decide for give the rest, nisfu sa'a. That all they give for zakatul fitr. That 4 they measure. The person they put hand together, they measure the food 2 times. 2 take. This is the nisfu sa'a. Now this is the give for 1 day. If you want, if they gather all the beginning of the month, he give. You want to give 1 person, you want to share back. If you want the middle of the month, if they gather all, he give 1 person or share back. If you want the end of the month, they gather all, he give. What about the person where He's not able because of age. He don't old age. He don't carry age so much that he not able to sit down for a long time. He not keep fast. What's him for do? Him back, he dey feed. Him back, he dey feed. Now the same process, same way. Him back, he dey feed somebody. You stop here, inshallah? Huh? No, stop here.